Good morning, class. This is Rupali Memane, Assistant Professor, Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Camp. To continue with the collections framework lecture, last lecture we have seen the array list and the linked list. In today's lecture, we will see what is vector class in Java, what are the methods on vector class. We will also learn hash set in Java and what are the methods which can be applied on hash set in Java. We will learn the tree set and the methods on the tree set in Java. To begin with, we will start with vector class. Java vector class comes under the package java.util. The vector class implements a growable array of objects. Vector is very useful if we don't know the size of an array in advance. We can change the size over the lifetime. That means the array size or the vector size can be changed dynamically during the lifetime of the program. Vector implements a dynamic array, that means it can grow or shrink as required. Vector is synchronized. Now with this vector class constructors, we can create the vectors. First is the default vector. It constructs an empty vector with the default size of 10. We can also create a vector with initial capacity with the return type int. It will construct the specified initial capacity with the increment value equal to 0. We can also create a vector with the constructor vector int initial capacity and int capacity increments. It constructs an empty vector with the specified initial capacity and the capacity increment with which what size you want to increase the vector. Last constructor is your vector collection extends E and the C. It constructs a vector that contains the element of a collection C. So I can create a vector from an already created collection. Maybe it can be created in array list or linked list. Now let's see what are the methods which we can apply on the vector class. To add the elements in the vector class, we have add. It is used to append the specified elements in the given vector. We can use the method add-all to append all the elements in the specified collection to the end of the vector. Add element is used to append the specified component to the end of the vector. It increases the vector by size 1. The capacity method is used to get the current capacity of the vector, and clear method is used to delete all the elements from the vector. The contains method returns true if the vector contains specified elements. Contains all returns true if the vector contains all the elements in the specified collections. Now element add. This method is used to get the component of the specified index. It will return the index at which you have specified if the element exists. The elements method returns an enumeration of the components of the vector. The equal method, it is used to compare the specified object with the vector for equality sign. First element method is used to get the first component in the vector. For each method, it is used to perform the given action for each element of the iterable until all the elements have been processed or the action throws an exception. Continuing with the vector methods, you have the get method which is used to get an element of the specified position in the vector. The hash code, it is used to get the hash code value of a vector. The index of is used to get the index of the first occurrence of the specified element in the vector. It will return -1 if the vector does not contain the element. Insert element at. If you want to insert a specified element at a specific index, you can use this method. Is empty. It is used to check whether the vector has any component. It will return true if there are. It will return false if there are elements. Iterator. It is used to get an iterator over the elements. Last element used to get the last component. Last index of returns the last occurrence of the specified element. Returns -1 if the vector does not contain the element. List iterator, it is used to get a list iterator over the elements in the list. The remove method is used to specified method from the vector. Remove all will delete all the elements from the vectors. Remove all elements, it is used to remove all the elements from the vector and sets the vector size to 0. Continuing with the methods you have remove. It is used to remove all the elements of the collection that satisfied the given predicate. So in the remove, if I can specify a condition, if the condition is true, it will remove that elements. Remove range, I can specify the range with which I can remove the start and the index position. Replace all, replace each element of the list with the resulting of applying the operator. Retain all, it retain only that elements in the vector which is contained in the specified collection. The set method used to replace the element of the specified position. Set size used to set the size of the given vector. Size method returns the number of components in the given vector. The sort of the list according to the order induced in the specified comparator. And sublist used to get a view of the portion of the list between a from index and a to index. Now next collection framework we see is the Java hash set. It is used to create a collection that uses a hash table for storage. It inherits the abstract set class and implements set interface. Hash set stores the element by using a mechanism called as hashing. Unique elements only can be inserted in the Java hash set. It cannot allow null value and it is non-synchronized. Hash set doesn't maintain the insertion order. Here the elements are inserted on the basis of their hash code. It is the best approach for search operation. The initial default capacity of a hash set is 16 and the load factor is 0.75. What are the features of hash set? Hash set implements the set interface. The underlying data structure for hash set is an hash table. So with the comparison or with the method called as hashing, I can insert the elements using the hash code. As it implements a set interface, duplicate values cannot be inserted. Objects that you insert in the hash set are not guaranteed to be inserted in the same order. Objects are inserted based on their hash code and null elements are allowed in a hash set. Now we will see how do you create hash set. What are the constructors in hash set? Hash set can be created with the default constructor wherein the default initial capacity is 16 and the default load factor is 0.75. It can also be constructed with a new hash set and specifying the initial int capacity. Hash set can be constructed with a constructor wherein you specify new hash set with the set initial capacity and we can even give the float load factor. One more constructor which we can use in hash set is we can create a hash set by creating it from an already created collection by passing the collection object C. Now we can see what are the methods which can be applied on a hash set. To add an element in a hash set, we have the method boolean add. It is used to add the element at the specified element. If it is present, if it is not present, if it is present, then it returns false. Void clear to remove all the elements from the set. Boolean contains is used to return if an element is present in the set. Boolean remove, it will remove the object which is passed as a parameter. Iterator is to use to return an iterator over the element in the set. Boolean is empty. This is method is used to check whether the set is empty or not. Returns true if it is empty, else returns false. If we want to know the size of the set, we have the method called as int size. It will return the size of the element or size of the set. Object clone is used to create a shallow copy of the set. Now the next collection framework is a T-set. It is the most important implementations of the sorted set interface in Java that uses a tree for storage. It is similar to hash set except that it sorts the element in the ascending order. Tree set does not allow null elements. The tree set implements a navigable set interface by inheriting the abstract set class. So in a tree set, I can insert the elements in a sorted order. So if I try to insert any element, it will check whether the condition of if the number is greater than or less than the elements which are already existing in the tree set and then insert it accordingly. What are the features of the tree set? It contains unique elements similar like you has said. Tree set access and retrieval times are quite fast because the elements are in the sorted order. Tree set does not allow null elements. It is a non-synchronized and it maintains the ascending order. Now let's see the constructors for tree set. First is the default constructor which will create a natural sorting order. The second constructor I can create with the comparative comp. It is used when the external specification of the sorting order of element is needed. I can even create a tree set with the constructor by passing the parameter collection call. So that means I can create a tree set from an already created collection. I can even create a tree set by the constructor sorted set S. It is used to convert sorted set objects to a tree set object. Now let's see what are the methods I can use on tree set. First is void add to add the specified elements according to some sorting order. Boolean add all, I pass the parameter as a collection, so this will insert or add all the elements from the specified collection. To remove the elements from the tree set, I use the method void clear. If I want to check whether a particular element exists in the tree set, I have the method called as boolean contains. I pass the object as a parameter. If the element contains, it returns true, else it returns false. Object first, the method will return the first element in the tree set. If the tree set is not null, else it will throw no such element exception. Continuing with the methods, object class, it returns the last element in the tree set. Sorted set, head set, in bracket object to element. This method will return elements of the tree set which are less than the specified element. Sorted set, tail set, this method will return the element of the tree set which are greater than or equal to the specified element which you pass as a parameter. Next method is sorted set subset. It gives a range from element object to a specified element object and the method will return elements ranging from the passed parameter. Boolean is method used to return true if the set contains no element, else returns false. Object clone to create a clone copy of the tree set. Int size method returns the size of the set and the number of elements present in the set. Boolean remove, and if I pass a parameter object, it will remove the specified element from the set. Iterator, it returns an iterator for iterating over the elements of the set. Comparator, the method will return comparator used to sort elements in the tree set, or it returns null if default natural sorting order is used. We will be seeing all the methods, all the constructor, your array list, linked list, vectors, hash set, tree set. When we do the practicals in Java, you are going to practice all the methods in detail. So the concepts will be more clear once you do the practicals. So coming to the end of this lecture, we will summarize what points we have done. We did a vector class in Java. We did what are the methods on the vector class. We also studied hash sets in Java and what are the methods which can apply on hash set. We saw the concept of tree set and what are the methods used on tree set in Java. For this lecture, I have taken the references from these sites. Continuing with the other collections, we will see the other collection framework in our next lecture. So that's all today. Thank you.